Welcome in, my Battlefield buddies. How you doing? Hopefully good. Well, just remember to hit that subscribe button and like button, because I told you to, and you're going to listen. Anyway, we got some Battlefield Labs community update right here, and as you can see, Battle Royale testing is going to be underway. So I'm just going to read this out. If you're in the car, turn this on. You can just have a little listen to me, or you can see what's going on the screen, read along for yourself. So this week, they're going to begin the new edition testing, which is Battle Royale. Excellent. They think it's going to be a great addition to the Battlefield universe, Battlefield Royale, built on Battlefield's unique DNA. So far, I kind of like the vibe. I think they're going to try something different. That sounds good. Information and feedback from players in Battlefield Labs will be incredibly valuable in helping to refine, deliver the experience, blah, 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 deliver the philosophy, all the good stuff. So moving on to the more important part, the Battle Royale and the Battlefield way. Totally dig it. So we see a great opportunity to infuse the core Battlefield pillars of class-based squad play, tactical destruction, and vehicular combat into the Battle Royale genre to create a high-stakes and adrenaline-pumping gameplay experience. So that's essentially their mission statement. This is Battlefield's twist on the classic formula, so you can expect to find all the core principles of Battlefield taking place within the modes. You got gadgets, explosive, destructible environments, and even vehicles. Yeah, you heard that right. And they can all be used to secure the win. So we got Battlefield at its core. Key elements players can expect in this test. Number one, the map. We got Battlefield is no strangers to epic maps, and this all-new map has been built from the ground up for the Battle Royale experience. It features a diverse array of tactical points of interest, each with distinct layouts and themes that offer unique gameplay opportunities. Basically, one big old Battlefield map, lots of different kinds of gameplay. We're basically going to have a bunch of maps stitched together, maybe a lot of infantry-focused stuff, along with some places for the vehicles. That brings us to the next part, which is the vehicles. Players can find common transport vehicles around the map and even unlock powerful armored vehicles to turn the tide of battle. The intent is to offer more ways for players to traverse the map early on in the match and to create interesting combined arms action in the process. So that obviously is interesting. I'm a big vehicle person, and this worries the heck out of me. BRs basically aren't designed for any kind of vehicles to work with them because they're single elimination. We'll get back more on that. I see how it could work, so just don't leave yet. There's more. Just trust. Anyway, we got tactical destruction. It's specifically labeled tactical destruction. Destruction will be everywhere in this mode, from creating pathways through walls to toppling buildings. We look forward to seeing players' ingenuity with the destruction and how they use it to defeat their opponents. So not a ton of info, but we're all pretty aware of how destruction works in Battlefield. There's a lot that you can do with it, so that I obviously think is a great addition to a BR. Squad play. For this test, each match will feature 100 players, very standard for BRs, organized into 25 four-player squads. Super common for BRs. Fighting to the last one standing, communicating with your squad through ping, text, or VoIP aims to boost the experience and enhance the tactical options. If you're not using VoIP while you're playing an online competitive video game, you're not playing the game right. Sucks to suck. Second chances. This is interesting. So between the support class revive, which means you're going to be able to revive like normal, and mobile redeploy option, so that means if you don't have a medic, you're not necessarily screwed over. There are multiple tools to keep your squad in the fight. So I think that's good. I think being allowed to revive people is an interesting option. It's a very Battlefield option, but I think it's great coming into this next part, which is going to be what sets the Battlefield BL apart. The deadliest ring in a Battle Royale. We set out to bring the most dangerous ring in gaming to Battle Royale that instantly kills players upon contact. That's instant. With urgent warnings as the fire approaches, so you'll not be able to say, well, I didn't see it coming, soldiers will be pushed in more intense firefights as the game space continues to shrink. There's no jumping in or out of it. Everybody hates that. No using it for cover, something people also hate, and no walking through it. The last thing people hate in a BR. If you get caught in it, you are done. We're excited to see how the ring affects the pace of gameplay and how it creates spontaneous showdowns. This is something I've advocated in a lot of BRs that they should be doing. The being able to take a little bit of damage, it basically makes the ring of no consequence. Making it an instant kill means you have to consistently not only stay a little bit, barely ahead, in and out of it, but you got to stay way ahead of it and make sure that if you're in a bad position, you get out of that bad position. It's going to teach newer players good positioning. All good things: classes, training, and traits. Each squad gets to plan and choose which classes they will bring to the battle, from balanced squad of all 4 classes to a focused squad that's all 1 class. Your team will use the unique strengths and weaknesses of their class to adapt and overcome the unique tactical scenario they encounter in the BR experience. Once the match begins, player not able to change their classes for the rest of the match. I think that's a good thing. That makes sense, especially for Battlefield. Players start a match with the 2 default gadgets from their chosen class. So during each match, players will level up by earning XP through a variety of methods, such as defeating an opposing player, bonus if you finish off their squad, or completing missions, actual missions. Be on the lookout for intel cases as well, because they're going to provide XP to the entire squad, not just a single person. So that's great. That's a way to boost up your squad. Going to reward people for being, attentive of what is going on both in the battlefield and as far as the looting part goes in a BR. I've not heard about how looting is going to work exactly yet, and that's something I'm interested in. As players level up through their class training, they'll gain access to new traits, enhance themselves, basically just like multiplayer. You do good, you get XP, you're going to get some squad traits, you're going to get some traits for yourself and your class. It's going to be helpful. So yeah, in Battlefield Labs, we're going to be watching how players use the classes to build the most effective squads and how their unique traits contribute throughout the game. For example, they're giving just how critical is the support class's supply crate for maintaining ammo. Maybe it's a super useful thing to have at least 1 person with ammo on the squad. I would think so, especially because at least between firefights, you can give your whole squad, top them all up. But maybe it's useless. Maybe there's so much ammo you don't need one. How effective are the engineer's abilities when using or fighting against vehicles? This will be something interesting because you can't balance it the same way as normal multiplayer. Normal multiplayer, you're going to have at least 20 to 30 people who switch to engineer just to take out a single tank. So the tank's health needs to be significantly higher than in a BR where you might only have 2 at most engineers to fight them. So it's going to be interesting to see how they balance the vehicle differently for multiplayer. If they balance it the same for multiplayer, they're either going to destroy regular multiplayer balance or destroy the BR's balance. Straight up. That's just what it is. All right, next section, the arms race. Throughout each match, players will explore the map, complete missions, and battle for loot to define their arsenal. There's 5 tiers of weapons to loot with attachments, throwables, in parentheses frag grenades, gadgets, in parentheses RPGs, and strike packages with, in parentheses, an airstrike. That's something super cool. We've had airstrike type stuff in Battlefield before, going back to Bad Company 1. I'm interested to see how it works for a BR. I think it'll work pretty well for a BR. They got armor, upgrade kits, and custom drops of favorite weapons as well. These items can be found across the experience through general loot crates, class-specific crates, unlocking armored trucks, mission rewards, or looting defeated enemies. So all the usual stuff that you would expect. It sounds like they've had a focus on loot and making sure that loot is available. I think that's great, especially for a BR for the early term before people figure out all the metas and all the crazy stuff. Just a good way to get people in, get them access to the stuff, so even if they're not a good player, they can still try out some of this stuff on their way to their first death. Missions will have squads to try to complete objectives that offer extra reward to gain a competitive edge over their opponents. Tasks range from unlocking high-value caches to planning explosives to eliminate mission-critical targets. So the missions are going to have you go somewhere, do something, kill people, maybe kill AI, destroy a vehicle, destroy, an area or something, plant a bomb, maybe take out a bridge. It'd be really cool if we're going to get some bridges, and maybe those bridges are going to be possibly actually destroyable, and maybe some of the missions will tell you to destroy those, maybe making it even harder for squads to outrun that circle. It sounds like circle denial is going to be a big part of this, and that's a tactical gameplay point that often happens in Battlefield matches. So I'm kind of excited to see how this all comes together. Each part separately, can be some worry, but all together, and I think it's going to really mash well with Battlefield from what I've read so far. So missions will have squad try to compete extra. I've read that already. So we got, these missions are crafted to challenge your squad's teamwork, reward precise execution under pressure, and with the potential to shift the momentum of battle. So you got loot, armor, and how players engage with the missions are key to the flow of play, and we can't wait to see how they're going to do this in Battlefield Labs. So, again, this is awesome. It's interesting. They're paying good attention to it. And the last section we got is drop-in. Testing this new mode and all the features of the community. We're excited to hear about the experiences, and we're looking forward to share more details after the testing. So that's basically the whole article. Again, I'm worried that there's vehicles in there. Another part that they mention is that one of the classes, the assault class, is going to not only get plating, but they're also going to be able to use the plating faster. So I'm assuming they're using the term plating instead of armor. A lot of games have some kind of over armor as opposed to just health. So I think they're just following the classic BR step. But being that one class can do it much faster, even while in combat, I gotta say this. Let's get rid of this stuff. How many times do we have to tell these guys armor plates are generally a bad idea for a BR? We're already bordering on the line of adding in that a class can get access to it faster mid-combat. That just sounds like a bad idea to me. But anyway, it's been Mason here. Hopefully that you liked my little read on the new Battlefield community update at Battlefield.com, COMM, if you guys are looking for new info. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I don't got any special extra info today. There's just not a lot going on. We're like 30 days or so out. Actually, I think we're exactly 30 days out from Battlefield 6. So hopefully see you guys on the battlefield.